Hello everybody, welcome back to GLR Group. Today we got a 2020 Ford Fusion Hybrid Titanium package. It is very undervalued. It's like the middle child of a family. Special thanks to Karkash Auto for providing us this beautiful vehicle that we'll review. And yeah, let's start reviewing, buddy.
Идет караван из Ирана, и много везет о нашей душистый план. Не купить нигде без труда.
The Ford Fusion's history is actually quite complicated. It's such a successful vehicle, yet Ford, for some reason, pulled the plug on it in 2020. The first generation was exclusively for the North American market with the first generation Ford Fusion. That kind of looks like this. It wasn't the greatest looking vehicle. It wasn't the greatest performing sedan either. It was by Ford's strategy to expand the market share that they want to capture between the compact sedan of Ford Focus and then the full-size sedan of Ford Taurus. Because it directly delves into the mid-size sedan, there's a lot of competition in this market, and because Ford wasn't, let's say, not the greatest advertisers of all time, and the perception of the brand in Europe and their capabilities that a lot of people think is only limited to Mustang and F-150s in North America kind of caused this vehicle to die. So today I want to show you guys why this car is stupidly underrated. The front of the Ford Fusion looks very aggressive. The way I see it is it's a mix of Aston Martin Vanquish and Ford Mustang. The grille really emphasizes the design structure that Ford wanted to follow. And keep in mind, at the time that the second generation Ford Fusion was released, Aston Martin was still under Ford's ownership. So there was actually a big scandal about the grille design and how it damages the Aston Martin reputation and all that stuff, but that's fugazi. This is a titanium model, so you got the beautiful day-running headlights, the LEDs, special rims. So these are, I believe, 17 inches. They're obviously Ford rims, so don't expect much from it, but it still looks better than the hubcaps, you know what I'm saying? When you look at the side, the exterior design of the car follows the old school design philosophy. One line to the top, one line to the down, keep it look sleek, casual, but not necessarily looks like a sport car. It's right on point. It's not too extravagant, it's not too simple, which is something that, in my opinion, Ford lacks in their design. In the back, because this is a titanium model, you get a factory spoiler, which kind of sounds funny when you look at this car, because this car is not a car that needs a spoiler. But you know what? It adds a cool look. We have an SE in inventory at karkashauto.com that you can see. It doesn't have the wing, so it looks simple. This one gives a bit more spice, you know, la passion.
La pasión.
Another thing with Ford Fusion is, when we started making this video, I thought about why they didn't release a third generation, and a theory that you can put is simply, when something is so perfect, you can't improve it anymore. In my opinion, this is the perfect sedan. This is one of the best sedan North America will ever produce. So in the back, we have the spoiler, the LED headlights. One thing I absolutely hate about the design is this. What the hell is it? Like the chrome in the headlight is so unnecessary. It looks like two reverse Nike logos slapped to the trunk. Let's look at the performance of this car. Again, it's a Ford Fusion Hybrid Titanium, so it's not the plug-in. Under the hood, we got the 2-liter inline-4 with an electric motor that makes 188 horsepower. The electric motor itself produced about 88 kilowatts. Although Ford Fusion makes a great argument for itself with the 4-cylinder hybrid engine that it comes with, what really lacks in the overall mechanical aspect of the vehicle is the transmission. The CVT transmission absolutely sucks. Let me tell you this though, the Ford Fusion does it pretty well compared to other CVT transmission cars, like any Nissan car that might grenade itself the second you drive off the lot, like this, or this, or this, or this, or so many. So let me close the hood and then we'll move back to interior, you know? Nah. So this is another thing that I absolutely hate about this car. You cannot close the hood. It doesn't want to come out. Mechanically, again, it's beautiful. Front wheel drive. You know, if you got the non-hybrid versions, it's all-wheel drive, optionable. Hybrid, you only get the front wheel drive. Beautiful driving feeling. Let's go interior, bro. So let's move into the interior. This one is a titanium model, so you're obviously gonna get all that leather, you know. Starting right off the driver door, you get memory seats, electronic mirrors and stuff. I mean, these are pretty, you know, standard, but this really makes it a nice option. All right, so electronic seats, all leather, and the leather on this is absolutely beautiful. I mean, do a close shot, buddy. The leather on this car is absolutely perfect. It's quite high quality, to be honest. I wasn't expecting from Ford. It definitely feels 2014 Audi S5 interior leather. It's very high quality. Obviously keyless. If I'm not mistaken, any Ford Fusion hybrid or plug-in hybrid came with the beautiful ones. And then when it's titanium, you get the standardized remote control, which is super advantageous in Canada because it's -10 here for 6 months of the year. But yeah, start-stop is very chill. So in the interior, there's certain things that were standardized in 2020 compared to the other models like 2018, is that you get the radar cruise control, which we're gonna show how it works. You get the lane departure assist, and an optional side blind spot monitoring system for titanium package only. One thing that's very interesting that a lot of people don't realize is that the titanium package's multimedia is entirely different than non-titanium like a SE. So the whole thing just changes. And I think that comes with the sound system, the perforated leather allowing you to have the cool seats. Let me... Bro! The titanium package comes with certain things. Because the leather is perforated, you get a standardized air-conditioned seat, and then also heated seat, obviously, which is standard for every hybrid. You get the better sound system. Look at this. This looks so cool. It's like, damn, you know. And overall, it looks slightly different than the regular one. The transmission, the gear knob is the same. I don't really like this.
Why not?
I like the normal, I like to grab the shift and then move it. So electronic parking brake, very standard. You never use it anyway. Eco mode, hill assist. These are boring, bro. Like, there's nothing about this. Now, I don't know if you realize, but usually at this part of the video, people would do a backseat test to see how they gonna fit. But I'm 6'4", 300 pounds. I don't fit to any car if it's not a semi-truck. Let's just say it has good enough space. Another thing that titanium comes with is the beautiful sunroof. I don't know how you can sell sunroofs, honestly. It's a sunroof, bro. Like, it's automatic, you know, it goes back and down, like, that's it, bro. It's chill. Okay, so I'm gonna go outside. When I close the door, just start recording, I'm gonna open the door and I'm gonna say, let's go for a drive. Okay. What do you think?
I guess.
Okay, hold on. Let me close the phone as well. Like, what the hell is this? Let's go for a drive.
All right.
Check.
Right,
Okay, now start. I put the phone. Jesus. As I was saying, the drive of this car is absolutely beautiful. I mean, you know what's so funny? Every car review, I always say the same thing. The drive of this car is beautiful. It's amazing. Obviously, it's gonna be amazing. These cars are built with like hours of engineering. This car I actually really like. I sold a lot of Ford Fusions in my time, and we still do. You can still buy this vehicle, exact same vehicle, in carcashauto.com. The suspension setting in this is actually pretty well suited for city driving, which is exactly what this car was designed for. I don't understand why these cars were not made more as police cars, because when you go US, you can see that a lot of these Ford Fusions were commissioned to FBI, CIA, other federal agencies, and as well as the police forces like NYPD and such. But they were really not made mainstream, and you can argue it's the police preference in US, but I think it's a perfect police cruiser. It's cheap, reliable, affordable, and there's enough performance out of it. Again, the driving is very good. But the second you go into a different, like a slightly dirt road or uneven road, the suspension setting is very, 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 very harsh. Obviously, the fuel range, being hybrid that it is, it gives you around 800 to 900 kilometers of range, depending on the quality of the fuel you have. Very, very fuel efficient. 5.5 to 5.9 liters per 100 kilometer in city driving, because you get the, hybrid going around a lot. And also you get about 6 to 6.5 in highway driving, which obviously utilizes the hybrid system less. The blind spots works great. It's on point. It's not hard to read. Now, obviously, Ford's technology is not the best, most optimally integrated, let's say. The lane departure, the lane keep assist, it works so bad, I turn it off. I never use it. I don't tell people to use it. In Honda's LDAS system, the technology is set in a way that it's like a Tesla. Like, as long as you touch the steering a bit, the car will basically drive itself. This one doesn't do that. This one shows you, like, when the line is green to yellow, it means you're getting closer to lane, and that's a halas. It sucks. But other than that, it's a pretty good car. So I'm gonna show you the radar cruise. Adaptive radar cruise control system. So show the thingy, buddy. You set it to 100 kilometers. All right, let's put 120 or 130. As you can see, based on the distance that I have between the car to the front, the car automatically increases speed. We set it for 130 on purpose, and now we have a car in front of us. What essentially it does is it's gonna match its speed, which is the speed limit of 100 kilometers an hour. Is this Turkish driving hack?
Yes.
Is this illegal? Comment down below if what we just did is illegal.
Why would you think it's illegal?
Look at this. It just says 300. It just says 300. Bro, is not Brabus.
I don't know. That looks like a Brabus.
Man, get the hell out of here, bro.
What do you mean?
C300 owners are always the most random people. It might be a Nigerian businessman, father of 3, a grandmother. Like, it's the most random user driver based vehicle of all time. And it's either like paid out cash or it's stupidly high interest rate, like 20% APR, bro. Especially that generation. The W205, I think. These are 205s. The 205 is basically like a Nissan Altima, You see, the drive feel is good, but when you get the bumps, you feel it so strictly, like, it's like you jump. I put a Fuji's on the... What are you doing, man?
This is scorpion technique.
Let's... So what is the GLR rating for the Ford Fusion hybrid? And before I say it, you're gonna say, oh, why are you in a different car with a different haircut, with a different setting, with different everything? Well, I might have lost the footage, so we gotta shoot it again. The pros of the Ford Fusion is reliable, undervalued in the market, so you can find a lot of them for cheap, easy to maintain because it's a Ford, well built, the interior quality, leather quality, overall paint job, everything about the car speaks professionalism, which is something that I never thought I would say about a Ford Sedan. What are the cons? It's a Ford. The infotainment system is a bit outdated, I think. The way that it works is very glitchy. It looks like it's from 2014, not from 2020. The Apple CarPlay is not wireless. Although it's not a huge issue, I think it's still important. I think the cluster gauge design for a car of that level should be better. It's quite simple and I don't think it looks good to begin with. With titanium package, you get the keyless entry, but it's not a full keyless. It doesn't lock when you leave. So there are a lot of things that could be tweaked a little bit slightly to make major improvements in the car, which is what usually Ford loses on. Anytime I look at a Ford car or do a review, that's usually the main problem that I see. They have the foundation, but they don't improve upon it. They don't finish it. Like, they don't finish it off strong. You know what I'm saying? What is the overall GLR rating for the Fusion? I would say a solid 8.5. It does everything it needs to do, and it's a great car. Maybe on a good day 9, on a bad day 8. It depends. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think Ford Fusion is one of the best cars Detroit ever produced? Comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below. and I'll see you in the next video if I don't get arrested. PUBG, scene. Ananı avradını, where's my